published 0545 est. The 8th of December 2017, updated 1625 est. The 8th of December 2017, at least 25 thoroughbred race horses worth hundreds of thousands of dollars have died and others still remain unaccounted for, as major wildfires continue to tear through Southern California. California's newest wildfire, Lilac, tore through ranches and retirement communities built on golf courses as it crossed into San Diego County on Thursday. More than 230,000 people have been forced to flee their homes across Southern California this week as December's shockingly dry, hot and windy conditions brought on unprecedented fire danger. Winds with hurricane-force gusts of up to 80 miles per hour, 130 kilometers per hour, fueled the blazes, creating apocalyptic scenes of hillsides engulfed in billowing smoke and towering plumes of flame. Dozens of thoroughbred race horses worth hundreds of thousands of dollars have died in the major wildfires ripping through Southern California. Pictured above, volunteers rescue horses at a stable during the Lilac fire in Bonesall, California. On Thursday, the fires reached San Diego County on Thursday, with the Lilac fire tearing through retirement homes and ranches in Bonesall as it crept toward Oceanside. Terrified horses, many of which are thoroughbred race horses, gallop from San Luis Rey Downs as the Lilac fire sweeps through the horse training facility on Thursday. Horses wait to be evacuated from San Luis Rey Downs Training Center in Bonesall, California. Mac McBride, who was working with the center's trainers, said it was total pandemonium when several hundred horses were cut loose. A brush fire driven by gusty winds that have plagued Southern California all week exploded rapidly Thursday north of San Diego, destroying dozens of trailer homes in a retirement community in Bonesall. The California Horse Racing Board said it believed that approximately 25 horses perished in the Lilac fire in San Diego County, which is pictured above, destroying homes in Bonesall. Trainers at San Luis Rey Downs pictured estimated that at least a dozen had died, possibly far more. Horse trainer Scott Hansen said he knows some of the 30 horses he had at a race course were killed. There was no official count of how many animals were killed in the hazy confusion as both horses and humans evacuated San Diego County on Thursday, but trainers at several trainers estimate a combined total of up to 3 dozen. Despite the intensity of the fires, only one fatality has been reported so far. Tim Lohman of the Ventura County Sheriff's Office said an unidentified body had been found overnight. There was no official count of how many animals were killed in the hazy confusion as both horses and humans evacuated San Diego County on Thursday, but trainers at several trainers estimate a combined total of up to 3 dozen. Nearly 500 horses were stabled at the San Luis Rey Downs Training Center in Bonesall when the fire erupted amid strong Santa Ana winds Thursday, and workers risked their lives to free horses from stalls and herd them into safer areas, a California Horse Racing Board statement said. The California Horse Racing Board said approximately 25 racehorses were killed when the wildfire engulfed about 8 barns at a training center in northeast San Diego County. Other horses that were in surrounding pastures remained unaccounted for. The fire north of San Diego, driven by winds above 35 miles per hour, 56 kilometers per hour, razed rows of trailer homes in the retirement community, leaving charred and mangled metal in its wake. It wasn't immediately known what sparked the fire next to State Highway 76, but strong winds carried it across 6 lanes to the other side. Evacuations were ordered in the area near the Camp Pendleton Marine Corps Base, and schools and casinos were being used as shelters. The San Diego area fire quickly grew to more than 6 square miles and burned dozens of homes at Rancho Montserrat Country Club. 3 people sustained burn injuries and another suffered from smoke inhalation in the Lilac fire. 2 firefighters were also injured, CAL FIRE said on Twitter early on Friday. The region's biggest fire, which is 200 miles north, keeps growing and has destroyed more than 400 homes and buildings. At San Luis Rey Downs near Bonesall, horses worth hundreds of thousands of dollars who are usually walked from place to place were simply set free and encouraged to run away as flames engulfed the center. San Luis Rey Downs, pictured as home to horses that run at nearby Del Mar and other top-flight California tracks like Santa Anita Park. Doug O'Neill, whose horses have won the Kentucky Derby and Breeders' Cup races, is among the trainers who keep at least part of their stable. A local woman posted on Facebook about colt and a gelding that were taken from the San Luis Rey Ranch. She said one was suffering from a severely burned eye, but both were safe at San Luis Rey Downs near Bonesall. Pictured above in the fire, horses worth hundreds of thousands of dollars who are usually walked from place to place were simply set free and encouraged to run away as flames engulfed the center. The San Diego area fire, pictured above, in Bonsal, quickly grew to more than 6 square miles and burned dozens of homes at Rancho Montserrat Country Club. A car drives past a large wall of approaching flames from the Lilac fire, a fast-moving wildfire in Bonsal, in San Diego County, on Thursday. Despite the intensity of the fires, only one fatality has been reported so far. Tim Lohman of the Ventura County Sheriff's Office said an unidentified body had been found overnight. Pictured above, firefighters in Bonsal as blazes rip through Southern California. The region's biggest fire is 200 miles north of Bonsal. Pictured above. The blaze continues to grow and has destroyed more than 400 homes and buildings. Trainers at San Luis Rey Downs estimated that at least a dozen had died, possibly far more. Mac McBride, who was working with the center's trainers, said it was total pandemonium when several hundred horses were cut loose, but he believes most of the about 450 horses stabled there survived. Bride, who works at the Del Mar racetrack, said some horses were evacuated to the nearby track where many of them compete. There was so much smoke it was difficult to see, said horse trainer Dan Durham, who got his 20 horses rounded up and was loading them into vans to be evacuated. Some of the horses were turned loose so they could be safe. They were scattered around. San Luis Rey Downs is home to horses that run at nearby Del Mar and other top-flight California tracks like Santa Anita Park. Doug O'Neill, whose horses have won the Kentucky Derby and Breeders' Cup races, is among the trainers who keep at least part of their stable there. The sign at the front calls it home of Azeri, the now-retired mare who was the 2002 U.S. Horse of the Year, who earned over $4 million in her career. Los Alamitos Race Course, the track where Southern California's rotating thoroughbred circuit is currently running, canceled all races Friday so that the racing community can mourn. Horse trainer Scott Hansen said he knows some of the 30 horses he had at the facility were killed. "I don't know how many are living and how many are dead," Hansen said. "I guess he'll have to figure that out in the morning." Fires flared up Thursday along the highway, forcing an evacuation of dozens of homes at Faria Beach. The massive fire threatened Ojai. A photo of a home in the city pictured above, a scenic mountain town of 7,000 people dubbed Shangri-La and known for its boutique hotels and New Age spiritual retreats. Fire crews look on as they fight a wildfire in Bonsal, California. On Thursday, a wasn't immediately known what sparked the fire next to State Highway 76, but strong winds carried it across 6 lanes to the other side. Evacuations were ordered in the area near the Camp Pendleton Marine Corps base, and schools and casinos were being used as shelters. Pictured above, homes burn as a firefighter pulls hose to keep flames from advancing to adjacent homes while battling the Lilac fire at Rancho Montserrat Country Club in Palo Mesa. 3 people sustained burn injuries and another suffered from smoke inhalation in the Lilac fire. 2 firefighters were also injured, CAL FIRE said on Twitter early on Friday. Pictured above, flames consume a home in Bonsal, California. On Friday morning, residents evacuate horses along Nye Road as the Thomas Fire approaches in Casita Springs in Ventura, California. On Tuesday, horses are led from danger earlier this week as the Creek Fire threatened homes and ranches in Shadow Hills, California, raked by ferocious Santa Ana winds. Explosive wildfires northwest of Los Angeles and in the city's foothills burned a psychiatric hospital and scores of other structures Tuesday and forced ranches, like the one above in Cagle Canyon, to be evacuated. Horses are evacuated during the Creek Fire in La Canada, Flint Ridge, California, on Tuesday as fires threatened the region. For now, he said he was concentrating on getting his horses that survived to evacuation centers. Another trainer, Cliff Sice, told KFMB-TV that he saw about 10 horses die, including his own filly. "It was dark, everything was hot, and she wouldn't come out. I opened the pen and tried to get behind her and get her out, and she wouldn't get out," Sice said. "She burned to death that quick." Along the coast between Ventura and Santa Barbara, tiny beach communities were under siege as fires leapt from steep hillsides across U.S. Highway 101. "We drove through a wall of flames," Wendy Frank said, describing her ordeal after evacuating her horses from Ojai on Wednesday night. "I didn't know if we'd make it. I just put the accelerator down. I know we were going over 100 miles per hour, 160 kilometers per hour. We could have been going much more, and just hoped for the best." Fires flared up Thursday along the highway, forcing an evacuation of dozens of homes at Faria Beach. The massive fire threatened Ojai, a scenic mountain town of 7,000 people dubbed Shangri-La and known for its boutique hotels and New Age spiritual retreats. Ash fell like snowflakes on citrus orchards scattered around town and on Spanish-style architecture as firefighters parked their trucks around houses in anticipation of winds picking back up. Officials said the strong winds fanning the fires are forecast to last through Saturday, making for extremely dangerous conditions. More than 4,000 firefighters and dozens of fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters have been deployed to combat the fires in Los Angeles County and Ventura County, fire officials said. About 90 minutes south of Los Angeles, two fires were moving swiftly toward the town of Murrieta, scarring more than 900 hectares 2,200 acres of land and threatening hundreds of homes. Los Alamitos Race Course, the track where Southern California's rotating thoroughbred circuit is currently running, canceled all races Friday so that the racing community can mourn the loss of horses in San Diego County. Pictured above, a helicopter drops water on a wildfire in Bonesall. More than 4,000 firefighters and dozens of fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters have been deployed to combat the fires in Los Angeles County and Ventura County, fire officials said. More firefighters are in Bonesall. Pictured above, officials said the strong winds fanning the fires are forecast to last through Saturday, making for extremely dangerous conditions. Pictured above, firefighters walked to the fire line at the Lilac fire in Bonesall about 90 minutes south of Los Angeles. Two fires were moving swiftly toward the town of Murrieta, scarring more than 900 hectares 2,200 acres of land and threatening hundreds of homes. Pictured above, residents. The Thomas fire burns in the hills above La Conchita. Early Thursday, a state of emergency was declared in San Diego County as the Lilac fire threatened more than 1,000 structures. Pictured above, a home engulfed in flames in the Lilac fire in Bonesall. Fire crews prepare to defend a home as a wildfire advances in Bonesall, California, as the latest wildfire swept the region on Thursday. Firefighters battle the Lilac fire in Bonesall, California, on Thursday as the flames raged west toward Oceanside, causing thousands to flee. We hear propane tanks blow up. It means that a house is burning. It's very sad, said one resident standing near the fence of a ranch in the rural area, where many horses have had to be evacuated. The Pentagon announced that the California National Guard is deploying 65 troops to assist in the firefighting efforts, which are being hampered by the seasonal Santa Ana winds. There will be no ability to fight fire in these kinds of winds, Cal Fire Chief Ken Pimlott said. California Fire Department Cal Fire officials warned residents to be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Extremely dry conditions and Santa Ana winds will continue to elevate fire danger, Cal Fire said in a tweet. Prepare now to ensure if evacuated you and your family are ready to go. Multi-million-dollar mansions were destroyed in Los Angeles' Bel Air neighborhood, where many celebrities own homes, and media tycoon Rupert Murdoch has a $30 million estate, the Moraga Bel Air Winery. Besides Bel Air, affluent Los Angeles neighborhoods between Mulholland Drive to the north and Sunset Boulevard to the south were part of the evacuation zone. The University of California, Los Angeles canceled classes 2 days before the start of final exams as firefighters battled the Skirball fire near the sprawling campus. Further to the north, in Ventura County, an even bigger blaze, the Thomas fire, was raging and threatening several coastal and inland towns. The raging fires have consumed 38,850 hectares, forced the evacuation of about 190,000 people and threatened 23,000 homes as of late on Thursday, Cal Fire said on Twitter. Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti said over 230,000 people have been forced to evacuate in Los Angeles and Ventura counties. The Pentagon announced that the California National Guard is deploying 65 troops to assist in the firefighting efforts, which are being hampered by the seasonal Santa Ana winds. A resident asked the Thomas fire near Ojai, California, on Thursday. The fire has already burned more than 96,000 acres, destroyed over 150 structures, and has forced hundreds of thousands to evacuate. A water-dropping helicopter drops its load on two burning homes battling the Lilac fire at Rancho Montserrat Country Club on Thursday in Palo Mesa, California. Inmate firefighters are given instructions as they head into a fire in an avocado orchard at the Ojai Vista farm threatened by the Thomas fire near Ojai, California. On Thursday, a burnt-out home is seen after the Skirball wildfire swept through the exclusive enclave of Bel Air, California. Local emergency officials warned of powerful winds on December 7 that will feed wildfires raging in Los Angeles. Firefighters stand beside a burnt-out home after the Skirball wildfire swept through the exclusive enclave of Bel Air, California, where thousands were forced to flee. Mejor north-south highways, including the famed Route 101, were closed temporarily as the fire jumped over the road and menaced beachfront homes. The Skirball fire ignited Wednesday morning and began to sweep through Bel Air, home to SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, pop superstar Beyoncé, and other celebrities. Police knocked on doors and used loudspeakers to make sure everybody had left their homes. The singer Lionel Richie canceled a concert to help his ex-wife flee the area, while comedian Chelsea Handler and designer Adrienne Maloof were among those tweeting that they had to evacuate. Among those evacuated was model Chrissy Teigen, wife of singer John Legend. Never thought I'd get to actually play what I thought was a hypothetical game of what would you grab if there were a fire, Tegan wrote on Twitter. We are fine and we will be fine. Thinking of everyone else affected and continuing my lifelong intense love of firefighters, she added. Forecasters predicted that the winds could cause fires to spread further, threatening more homes and the acclaimed Getty Center Museum. The Getty, home to masterpieces including works by Monet and Rembrandt, was closed. Museum authorities tweeted that air filtration systems are protecting the galleries from smoke. The fires are the second outbreak to ravage parts of California this autumn. The celebrated wine country in the northern part of the state was hit by wind-driven wildfires in October that killed at least 43 people, forced some 10,000 to flee their homes, and consumed at least 245,000 acres, 9,900 hectares north of the San Francisco Bay Area. California Department of Insurance said the Northern California blazes caused insured losses of more than $9 billion.